Welcome to the 2300 Pick Six podcast. I'm your host, Dave Walker, about to do Week 14 picks with Joe Law. How you doing, Joe?
Doing good, Walker. How about yourself, buddy?
I'm doing a little bit better. Just last week, I couldn't do right and wrong for every my listeners out there. I'm sorry. It was due to a family emergency. I was not able to do my show, but everything is going good. I'm fine. Thank you, everybody. So we're now going to go back on schedule to get back on. The show is going to go on.
Yeah, sorry about your emergency. Tell me what happened before we started. Hope everything's going good.
Oh, yeah. Everything's fine now.
Strong and, glad to see the show's going to go on and everything turned out good for you.
Yeah.
And all.
Yep, but we had an interesting football week on this week. We could start. The first one is we're going to talk about, I don't know what's going on with your Eagles, man, that they're getting embarrassed on Black Friday by the Bears. And yes, I did watch it because even though I was dealing with my family emergency, I did get some time to watch that game. And from what I saw, the Eagles did not look good in that game. The Bears dominate y'all with the run game with Monangai and DeAndre Swift. The defense stopped the tush push. And as much as everybody was getting on A.J. Brown, that diva was doing a good job in that game, and he was trying his best.
He's the only one that showed up.
Yeah, he was the only one that did.
I mean, A.J. Brown said from the start, everybody wanted to kill A.J. Brown because he was speaking the truth. He said, we're going to look like dog shit if we don't fix this, and it bit him in the ass. The Bears came in our house and gave us a whooping. Like, we messed with their family, and they kicked our ass.
Yeah.
And took our money and made us not do it again, or else they'll come back and beat us even more.
Yeah.
We won't even look like they want to be there. Now I know why they want to wear the black jerseys, because of the bullshit they showed on the field.
Oh, it looked like a funeral out there.
Yeah, it was pathetic. It's like no one even wanted to show up. No one wanted to try. They same stupid crap. Offensive line can't block. Offense can't move the ball 2 yards.
Bad play calling.
In the backfield. Bad play calling because Nick Sirianni wants to hire his buddies. And the way I see it, it's probably Nick's calling the plays. Because this looks like his horse shit garbage.
Well, yeah, because I recall when Nick had the first year, when he got there, he didn't do a good job play calling in his first year.
Yeah, some offensive-minded guy he was. He got rid of his play call 7 games into his first year.
Yeah, and then the second year it was someone else when y'all made it to the Super Bowl. I forget who that second guy was.
Chase Steichen?
Okay, so that was him because that was when y'all got screwed in the Super Bowl. And then I think he was still there the third year during the one where the collapse before it got to Kellen Moore.
Yeah. We also had Frank Wright as well.
Mm-hmm.
Who right now is available too.
Yeah.
That's when was Frank Wright, because he was with Doug Peterson.
Okay.
When we won the Super Bowl. So it was Frank Wright with our OC, which did a fabulous job.
Yeah.
Because if we got someone outside of the Eagles organization, our offense was always in the top 10.
Yeah, it was, but just right now it's looking very, very dismal right now. Yeah, it is. It is. Like I said, from what I saw, it looked bad. And the thing of the matter is, bad play calling was one. You guys didn't go for it. And then the one time going for 2, which you really did. I understand y'all were down, but it was way too early to go for 2 points.
Oh, I know. It's just bad calling all around. The coaches look lost. They don't know. Every week, Sirianni comes to his little press conference says the same damn stupid bullshit of, we got to get better. We're capable. It's on us. It's like you're 14 weeks into the season. This shit shouldn't be happening.
No, you really shouldn't be in this hole right now because during this is the point where you're trying to make a push to get a 1 seed. And the way how the rate you're going down even further. And there's a point where I don't want to say the door is ajar just yet in the NFC East because, yes, Dallas did lose. But it's to the point where you're going to be opening that door a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said, like we were talking before, even though your team has a 9% chance of making the playoffs, the Eagles, they fall like the Titanic again. And look miserable. And if they don't win Monday night, and then everything's going to be free falling.
And then you're going to be saying, okay, if they lose on Monday night against the Chargers, then it's going to be like, well, Dallas's odds go up a little bit more here to get in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Because like I said, because someone even asked me and texted me, do you want to address the question of Dallas winning the division? I said, if the Cowboys beat the Lions, then I'll answer that question. But now that they lost to Detroit, no, we're not going to win the division, because after what I saw Thursday night, yeah, Dallas did give it the good old college try and try to come back, but they did not put pressure on Jared Goff. They only got 1 sack. And everybody can say, oh, there was bad penalty calls. Okay, I don't know about that OPI one. They stopped Pickens because when you go to a slant, people are going to start catching on to it. And Pickens is a good receiver. It's just they caught on to what we were doing.
Yeah, and you had CD getting hurt.
And CD suffering a concussion, trying to do an Odell Beckham catch. He's like, look, he don't need to be doing all this stuff. You were already out the first time. Yeah, you were out the first time because you ran the ball on ending rounds with Chicago. And now this, okay, you put yourself even worse because, okay, we do play Minnesota. You should be available for that, I hope. But if not, okay, we can go 1 game without you against Minnesota. It's just the Chargers game is going to be a little bit more iffy because I don't know which one we're going to be dealing with. And the fact now is, okay, like I said, we could still win out, but we still can't make the playoffs. And the losses that are going to come back to haunt us are the week 1 against y'all, that Chicago loss is going to come back and bite us, that Panthers game is going to come back to bite us, and that Arizona game is going to come back to bite us, and that tie.
Yeah.
That is all going to come back to bite us in the ass. And like I said, I'm with the people saying, hey, Dallas' season is over. Start getting ready for Cabo in the draft. I'm already starting that right now, and I'm preparing for next year, which I think next year they're going to be a little bit more better next year, which is I'm hoping that Dallas does a couple things. First thing is fire Matt Eberflus. I want his ass out of here. Second is cut Trayvon Diggs. Third, sign George Pickens. If that is the money that has to go towards it, I'm not going to get mad if they have to cut Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah, you got for what? Another 3 years, right?
What, with Trayvon Diggs?
Yeah, didn't he sign
I think so, but I know with Micah didn't have any money, but I can see it get to that point. If it's to sign George Pickens to get some of that money, I would do it. Because Diggs has not been the same since getting that contract.
Right. Well, you have to go to you would have to go to Lamb and
I can see Lamb and Dak restructuring their money. That's not the issue.
Yeah.
They would restructure their deals. They would take.
Sure Pickens will stay.
Yeah, I think Pickens is going to stay, but I think if it is to give him go ahead.
He's a hothead. And I think he's got number 1 receiver money.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to. I think he wants the same exact money that CD has.
And that won't be. And I don't think Jerry will go that far.
That's what I said. I don't know if Jerry's going to do that. I think Jerry might tag him to make sure, hey, you're not going anywhere, and then we're going to start working out a deal. And I think that could come to the point of, hey, if you have to restructure Dak and CD, which I can see both of them taking a cut. If you need more money, cut Trayvon Diggs. You can get that money back right there.
True.
That's the thing. I would, like I said, I don't know. I think Jerry's trying to learn. He doesn't want to be put in another Micah situation.
Well, he keeps getting guys to 1-year deals. He's going to be that, especially if they think they're like the star receiver. And quite frankly, Pickens has been like the number 1 this year.
Yeah, he has been. Yeah, he has been the number 1. When Lamb had been out, he was number 1. And then even when Lamb came back, he was still number 1. He was still getting the equal amount of touches. Yeah, that's about it. I'm just saying the good thing I haven't seen out of Pickens is a crash out yet, which he has not crashed out. It was just in that Detroit game. It was more of, Detroit got the better of you, which Detroit is a very good team, even though the Lions did suffer an injury with Brian Branch.
Yeah, that sucks. I swear, they're always cursed every year.
They are. It's like, every time you think that they're going to get to the dance, it's like last year it was David Montgomery's out, but then he came back a little later. This year it's Laporta out for the season, and now you got Brian Branch out for the season. And Hutchinson last year. I remember Hutchinson got out.
Yeah.
So that's why I said I like Detroit with their players, but it's going to be tough sledding for them.
And they're lucky. I mean, shit, St. Brown, he did that TO. He probably went to a chamber and get rid of that ankle because he was all the way his ankle looked. He was going to miss a couple weeks.
I thought that too. I thought he was going to be out this game, but no, he looked very well for a man. I could tell he had a lot of time to get his ankle healed.
They put a lot of cortisone shots in that.
Yeah, so whatever he did for his doctor, I'm glad for him. I'm glad that he got himself healed and healthy. And that's the thing. And no, I'm not saying Rob St. Brown was faking an injury because I saw literally he was injured.
Yeah, you saw it.
Yeah, I'm not saying no. I'm not putting St. Brown in the same category as Aaron Rodgers.
Nah, but he also had like 10 days to.
Yeah, and he had a lot of time to rest.
Yeah.
So he had a lot of time to prepare. So that's why I say I'm not putting him in that category. He's a damn good player, and I'm glad he's okay. And I'm glad that, hey, I don't like the fact that he beat my team, but it is what it is.
Yeah, those kind of people you want on your team.
Yeah.
They're warriors.
Yeah.
You know, and they love the game of football. And even though I didn't like him trash talking the Birds about, we're the team, it's like, hey, St. Brown, you might think you're the team, but guess what? You guys shit the bed when the Commanders came into your house and gave you an ass whooping.
Yeah, and they won and done. They won and done you.
So you can't go around and say we're the team that should have been in the Super Bowl. We're the team that shouldn't be the Eagles. The Eagles handled their business.
Yeah.
They beat the team that they had to.
Yeah, the Eagles literally did what they had to do. They literally had all their games at home because y'all fucked it up.
Exactly.
Because then it would have been y'all going to Detroit.
And there's only one team that came close to knocking us out, and that was the Rams.
Yeah, and that was the Rams because you handled Green Bay with ease. The Rams were the only one that was the closest. And then after that, we all know what happened in Washington because I remember laughing my ass off about the tush push thing, which was when Washington kept trying to stop it. And I said, okay, hey, look, first time was funny. The second time was funny. Then the third time was getting on my nerves. And then the referees got tired of it and said, hey, look, you do it again. We're just going to get Philadelphia the touchdown.
Yeah, which no one knew they could do that.
I think just the refs were just getting annoyed.
That's that too. That could have probably just said, you know what, and keep it up. We're just giving them the touchdown.
Yeah, that could have just been Goodell calling down and saying, hey, look, this keeps going on. Just give them the damn touchdown.
Yeah.
That could have been Goodell calling.
You know, ever since everyone wanted ban this year, but even though it got passed, the Eagles haven't done much with it.
No, and the one time it got stopped was by the Bears.
Here's the thing. Hurts hates doing the tush push.
Yeah.
He doesn't like it. That's why if you notice when he's been doing it, he's been having the ball like hanging it out like a loaf of bread.
I was wondering that too because normally when he does it, it's like he just has that ball not loose. And I know when the Bears got it, I'm thinking, is this going to be the same situation with the Smurfs game too when Gable got pissed saying, hey, that was a fumble?
That was a fumble.
Yeah.
The guys, I hate to say, the Smurfs got screwed on that play.
Okay.
But that was because his forward progress wasn't stopped or anything. He kept still pushing and got stripped the ball.
Okay.
And, the reason they were on it, CJ GJ, he knew what was coming.
Yeah, he knew.
He knows the offense is so predictable that the Chichester Eagles can beat this football team right now.
Yeah, that's why I said literally it got stopped easily, and that's when that's why I said, look, I'm not going to address that question on Dallas winning the division just yet until Detroit. And now I can answer that question. I don't think so. Like I said, I can't see the Eagles having another 2023 collapse yet. Because I think they might just lose 2 games. Now, if they happen to lose to the Raiders or one of them with the Commanders, then you really open that door pretty much.
Well, the way this offense is going, I wouldn't be surprised. Like I said when we made our picks last week, the Thanksgiving special, I said I want to go with the Eagles, but this is the way they're playing. The Bears
would cover.
Yeah, with the point spread.
Yeah, they did cover. They did. The Bears did cover.
Yeah, they dominated.
They dominated. Like I said, I'll say to people because everybody thinks I'm a hater on the Bears. It's just, I'm not a hater on the Bears. It's just I'm not ready to go that just yet with them until I see some more. Now, if they win a playoff game, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Continue.
I said now, if they win a playoff game, then I can go a little bit more here. I'm not at the point where what Ben Johnson did in the Eagles locker room where he took his shirt off and pumped his chest.
Well, teams are doing that now because they're beating the defending champions.
Yeah.
I mean, every game the Eagles play is that team's Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, like I said, even though, yeah, we beat the Chiefs, and I said, hey, beating Mahomes, even though I know we didn't beat him, I didn't go off and, hey, start taking my shirt off and beating my chest. I know every other Cowboy fan probably in Dallas did, because trust me, if I did have my time off and that didn't occur, there's the possibility I would have ripped off my jersey like Hulk Hogan and say, oh, my God, we just beat the Chiefs.
Right.
God rest your soul, Hulk.
Good. I mean, you guys are doing great and all, and But here's the difference, and you notice Ben Johnson. He has you see him with his playbook right there, calling this play.
Yeah.
They can't stop this. They can't stop this. And then you see Paterno with his little pad. It's like he's playing a Madden cover, like I formation left this one. Right up the middle, first down, throw. How we going to get to anything?
Yeah, and trust me, most of them guys on the Bears had something to prove. Like DeAndre Swift, he used to be there. Swift was always good. I said to people, DeAndre Swift was always good. That was never the issue. Same with CJ GJ.
I don't know why people think Swift's garbage.
No, I don't think so. I know, hey, both him and Monangai were both good in that game, but it was more Swift in that game than Monangai.
Well, Monangai had more opportunities.
Well, yeah, even though he had more opportunities, but from what I saw was the running game was getting the job done. Yeah, from what I was seeing.
He's also a good running back out of the backfield.
Yeah.
Catch the ball right and be a receiving back. I don't know why. I love Swift.
Mm-hmm.
I loved him in Detroit, and I wanted the Eagles to get him, and they got him, and then they just kicked him to the curb instead of trying to get him. I'm like, you had Swift and Barkley right now.
Oh, you would have a good 1-2 combination. You'd be putting them on the same level with Gibbs and Montgomery.
Exactly. But here's the thing. I think every time the Eagles get someone big, they're not going to use them properly.
No.
Like if I said they played Justin Jefferson, I don't think Jefferson would be that good if he was in the Eagles offense because they never do anything good.
No.
They don't use their main guys. They only use 4 guys. That's all Hurts wants, 4 guys. Brown, Smith, Goddard, and they're not even using Goddard right now, Barkley.
Yeah.
I mean, you got A.J. Dillon. Why sign him? What's he done? He fumbled. Okay, it happens. But that was in week 3.
Yeah.
He fumbled. And then he's a healthy scratch things like the Rashad Penny. Good guy, good running back, could help us out. But the Eagles don't want to use him.
Yeah.
Dodson. First round pick, good receiver in Penn State, good receiver in the NFL to catch. You see what he does. Oh, we can't use him.
Yeah.
God forbid we got to use him and do good. 1 catch Dotson. He even gets 1 catch.
No.
That doesn't use his weapons that he's given, and Eagles coaches don't put these guys in. You hear them all the time. Oh, well, it's all with AJ, it's Smitty, it's Goddard, it's Barkley. It's like, no. Use everybody.
Yeah, that's the thing. And like I said, as much as people want to say, oh, AJ's the problem, AJ wasn't the problem. In that game, AJ tried his hard. He played his ass off. He got 2 touchdowns in that game, and he was trying his best.
AJ just said, yo, look, I'm a top receiver in the NFL,
Yeah.
top 5. I just want, give me some love. Give me the ball too.
Yeah, that's what it was from what I saw how that game was. Yeah, I said that man played his ass off. And I said, as much as everybody getting on his ass, oh, he's a diva, oh, he's disgruntled. Yeah, well, that diva tried to win that game.
Guess what? All NFL wide receivers are divas.
Yeah.
I mean, some are more mature than others.
Yeah, all of them are, but some are more mature. But I didn't see AJ literally at the bench go to Hurts, get in his face, or slam his helmet down, or do a TO.
Right, and here's the thing. Everyone wants to call him a diva and not talk this, but guess what? Those receivers, they back up what they say.
Yeah.
Back in the day, he ran his mouth, but guess what? He will back it up.
He'll back his shit up. Yeah, and AJ's backing his shit up. It's not like, okay, we're at the point where I'm not saying, okay, this is not Super Bowl or bust for the Eagles like it was with Stephon Diggs with the Bills. And I said with him was, okay, I said if the Bills didn't make it to the Super Bowl that year when we did the podcast season 1, I said Diggs is going to be out of there, in which he was. And now he's with the Patriots. Look how he's doing right now. I'm not saying the exact same thing with A.J. Brown here yet because I said, okay, I'm not saying, okay, if the Eagles don't make it to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl, is there the possibility he's going to try to force his way out? No, I don't see him trying to force his way out.
No, but a lot of these people want yes men, which is pathetic.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who stir it up, like those little dirt sheet riders and all those
Look at this.
sportcasters,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
they're
like,
trying to stir the pot here. No, I'm not trying to stir the pot. I said, look, I haven't seen out of his reaction or him getting mad. It's not like, okay, he quit in a game. Now, if he quits in a game, then I know, oh, he's trying to get himself out of here.
well, if he quits, it's because he's frustrated.
Yeah, he's getting, yeah, but I haven't seen that. Yeah, but from what I've seen throughout this season, I have not seen that expression, oh, I'm about to quit and I don't give a shit anymore.
Exactly, like him and Hurts. People are saying they did it on the 4th down, 4th and 2 in Green Bay, and then they went long with that touchdown, and they said, Brown just gave up. If I was Brown too, I'd be like, oh, now you want to throw me the ball this whole game? You only 2 passes, and now you want me to go deep? And it was like, screw that.
No, like I said, I'd have to see it. Yeah, I would have to see some form of reaction that, A, I'm not doing this anymore. I quit. Get me the fuck out of here. I haven't seen that in him.
No, he's been doing good. You see the past 2 weeks what he can do when
he
gets the ball. He also wants his teammates to have the ball too. He just wants the offense to be good, like a top-tier receiver. You have all these you have top 5 position players in every category of your offense. And we're at the bottom. We're at the bottom of the list in offense. Like I think the Jaguars and the Titans are right in our range for offense. That's pretty sad that we're that far down with this talent, with this caliber offense, that we can't do nothing. You can't get, like I was saying earlier, you can't even get John Dotson in the mix to have a good slot receiver where you can make. You have Smitty, Dotson, and Brown to worry about. But they don't use him. No. They don't use anybody. And it's like, oh, well, you face the Eagles. All you have to do is double cover Smitty, double cover Brown, take Goddard out of the picture, take Barkley out. They can't beat you. We're going to let Hurt. And Hurts doesn't even read his routes right.
No, it doesn't. No. And that's the thing. And I've said to people, look, I'm not an Eagles fan, but I, as a football fan, I'm looking at what I'm seeing here. I'm not being a hater. I know what I'm seeing here with the Eagles. It's like, hey, I know they're not going to make it to the Super Bowl. They're going to get in the playoffs, but you're looking at maybe getting 2 and done in the divisional to possibly the Rams.
Exactly. I mean, look at your team. Yeah, your team lose, but they're putting up points, and they lose by hitting stuff where they do little stuff that hurts them in the end. But they're still putting up points.
Yeah, we're still putting up points, but at least, hey, we're fighting and trying to get that spot, which we don't know just yet. We still got a lot of football to go here. But we'll wait.
Eagles can't even move 5 freaking yards when they get the ball back, and it's pathetic.
And it's like, yeah, I see what y'all is like. Okay, hey, first 3 drives, it's 3 and out, and then you wonder why your defense is so gassed.
Yeah, and the reason everyone's like, oh, well, Nick made a change in 2023. How come he's not doing that? He's not doing that because him and Nick are friends. Him and
KP.
2 of our best buds.
Well, yeah, and I saw what the Eagles fans did to his house. They literally threw eggs at his house. I said,
that was stupid, and no one deserves that.
No one does. That's like high schoolish. Like I said, that's high school pranks where you used to egg like your rival team's house or the coach's house or throw toilet paper or some shit like that. That was like high school stuff.
But I will say, he does have a nice house, a pretty nice house.
Yeah, he had a nice house. I just found it funny when they did that. I know it's a little juvenile, but hey.
Yeah, it is juvenile, stupid, but, this is the thing that, when you're a Super Bowl team and your head coach looks lost, I think Nick isn't a good coach. He's a good motivator speaker.
I think that too.
The players and the other coaches that have helped Nick out so well this time. Because he, look at his hiring. Yeah, he had one good guy in Stankin that he hired back in the day, Stank, and that was his only good offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Everyone else,
everybody else has been shit.
Yeah, it's been garbage, and then you hire him, and then, we're not changing nothing. Okay, well, guess what? The whole damn world knows what you're going to do.
Yeah, and then you're going to know why, hey. Then what you're going to do. Sorry, guys.
Look like dog shit from day one, like a Pee-wee football team learning how to play football.
Yeah, and I hate to say it's worth the little Giants could beat y'all, and I'm sorry to say that.
Hell, the Smurfs can beat them right now.
Well,
not
yeah.
just not the Giants. I mean the actual Smurfs.
Yeah.
The little blue midgets.
Yeah. We can go. Next topic we're going to talk about is it time to call it for the Chiefs right now? Because after Thanksgiving, and I want to get my little jokes out there for Swifties. Oh, yes, by the way, even though I didn't pick the Cowboys, I'm sorry for Travis Kelce cheating with that Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, wherever he was, if he did go to the Frisco and start. For all you Swifties out there, shake it off.
All right, then.
I just wanted to get that in there because I had that joke ready, and I've been saving that.
Oh, there you go.
I've been waiting for that. But on a serious topic of the Chiefs, they literally will have to win out. They're going to need a lot of help.
Oh, they are. Chiefs are done. I don't even think they're making the playoffs.
I don't. I think this will be, and I know everybody likes to compare Mahomes to Brady, but I can say at least on Tom Brady. Tom Brady did not make the playoffs twice. Was the year after he won his first Super Bowl, and then the second time when he got injured, which I don't count.
Yeah, because the Chiefs, they don't have a run game.
No.
They're unpredictable. That's always throwing. And they don't have the good quality receivers to actually have Mahomes throw the ball good. I mean, you got Hollywood Brown.
Mm-hmm.
He's okay.
He's all right. Yeah.
You got Xavier Worthy, who's looking like a bust this year.
Surprising. Yeah.
They're only good talented. Travis Kelce's up there in age, so he's not getting what he used to.
I think Travis right now is thinking of, hey, he might retire, and he's thinking about probably, hey, let me go get married, and let me go have my bachelor party.
Well, Taylor Swift is worth $1 billion.
Yes, she is.
So hey, what all the power to him? But he has his own stuff. I mean, him and his brother Jason, they got the podcast that's on Amazon.
Yeah, they got the podcast, and like I said, even if when Travis does retire, I said when Travis does retire, he probably might have a job with ESPN with his brother.
Yeah, so basically all you got to worry about with Kansas City is Mahomes, Rice, and Kelce. That's the three you got to worry. Everyone else is just like throw-ins.
Yeah, that's about it, because literally, like even Romo said, hey, look, they got to win out. There's no way that they're going to be able to get in because, okay, you got to worry about Denver on your heels. You got to worry about the Chargers on your heels. And if it happens, a tiebreaker occurs, that Jacksonville loss is going to come back to haunt them.
Even the Buffalo.
And even the Buffalo loss, that's going to haunt them.
So, I mean, it's all these, like they play, who they play this week?
The Texans. They play the Texans at home.
Oh, well, hey, the Texans are fighting. They got the top. They got a number one defense overall right now.
Yeah, and I said to people I'm going to say this now, I wouldn't be shocked the Texans beat them. I think the Texans are going to use the same formula how they beat the Bills.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because basically how they contain Josh Allen, they're going to use that same formula.
Exactly.
So they know what to do in this situation. And now with Stroud back, they're looking like, hey, that they're trying to fight to get their division because from what I've seen out of the Colts, it looks like the Colts have regressed after losing to the Chiefs.
Well, the Colts are coming back down the earth. They had that run, and now they're just free-falling.
Yeah, and it's a bad time to be free-falling because here's the thing. The Jags are on your heels right now, and the Texans are on your heels.
Well, the Jags are leading the division now.
The Jags have the divisional lead. Yeah, the Jags have the division. They're right now, they have the division.
I think it's going to come down to the Jaguars and Texans to win the division.
I do too.
Colts are just going to keep free falling because Daniel Jones had his good run, but now he has that fracture in his leg.
Yeah.
He's not looking like he did in the beginning of the season.
No, and it's not like he was looking like comeback player of the year like I was going to nominate him for.
Exactly. The defense ain't playing as strong as they did earlier in the season, and the Texans just keep getting better. The Jags are getting better.
Yeah.
And, the Colts just, they're looking like the Eagles pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. Because after when the Colts lost to the Chiefs, I was like, oh, then they lost to Houston. I was like, oh, they're starting to regress. And this is not the time where you need to be losing games right now because at the time they had a 1 seed, but now you've lost that one to New England and then Denver. You got to watch out for those two. And hell, Drake May's been playing outstanding football. Yeah, and I know it was against the Smurfs. And I do find the funniest thing ever was Younghoe Koo. I don't know what the fuck happened. If it wasn't the Charlie Brown snap where Lucy pulled the football.
Oh yeah, that was the weirdest thing. He's like he didn't snap his ankle.
Yeah.
He got caught
in the turf.
It was the weirdest thing. I don't think I've ever seen that in football since I've been watching.
No, I never have either. And like I said, I don't even think you would see that on football bloopers.
Nah, that was the weirdest thing ever. Like, how the hell does that? Because you do wonder how kickers would do that.
I've always had thought that. Like I said, I don't know what happened. Did his cleat get stuck in there or what happened there? And I'm like, I said, look, I've watched a lot of sports bloopers over the years, but I've never even seen that on sports bloopers.
No.
And trust me, that would make America's Funny Host videos if Bob Saget was still alive. That would have won the $10,000.
Yeah, it would call grounds kicker or something like that.
I don't know what Bob Saget would call it. He was good with that show. God rest his soul. Because I used to like America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah, they had their moments.
Well, I liked it when Bob Saget used to host, but then after that, then it stopped being funny after that.
Yeah, then they went with Bob's Joey in Full House. He hosted it.
Oh, Dave Collier, yeah. I like Dave Collier, but nah, it was more Bob Saget's show.
And the girl from White Snake with the red hair that passed away a year ago.
Okay.
What's his name from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Carlton. It was Alfonso Ribeiro. I remember him. Yeah, to me, for my child, it was always Bob Saget.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see. Our next one is, before we do the playoff push one, Mike Tomlin. Pittsburgh Steelers fans were chanting him to get fired, and I followed 3 Pittsburgh Steelers fans, Steel Twins and Chiseled Adonis, all good guys. Listen to them if you get a chance on YouTube, because they usually go to Steelers games. The chant of fire Tomlin was happening, and then if you go to a Steelers game, I haven't been to one, but from Steelers fans that tell me, you ever hear the song "Renegade" by Styx?
Yeah, it's a classic.
Yeah, it's a very good song. Well, usually they play that song to pipe up the defense during the fourth quarter if they're down and out. Steelers fans were so pissed off during that game, booed that song.
I don't blame them.
Yeah.
That game was horrible, and the defense didn't come to play. I mean, the Bills have 2 of their best offensive linemen out, and you couldn't put pressure on Josh Allen that whole game.
Oh.
I mean, Cook ran all over you. Josh Allen did Josh Allen things.
Yeah, even though Josh struggled in the first half. Yeah, he threw 2 interceptions, but all they could muster was 7 points by Jaylen Warren. And then after that, Aaron Rodgers then got busted up pretty bad and injured. This time was a real injury because he really did get injured, so I'm not starting that shit.
He's playing this week.
Yeah, he's playing against Baltimore, but I know the 3 that I listened to, I know they wanted Mike Tomlin gone, and I think they might get their wish, which is, I don't know if it's going to happen this year. But
they're dedicated. Steelers, it's not Tomlin. Tomlin ain't on the field.
No.
He's a good coach. He has a good reputation. He doesn't have the players.
No, that's just it. Yeah, I like Mike Tomlin. Like I said, Mike Tomlin was a damn good coach. Year 1, he got them to the Super Bowl. He inherited from Bill Cowher. Then after that, okay, a couple years later, he got another Super Bowl. It's just after that, it's when it got – I'll say when the Steelers really went downhill, and people think I may say this is that they don't want to believe it. I think the Steelers went downhill was when Le'Veon Bell held out, and then when Antonio Brown left after that game when they lost to the New Orleans Saints, I think that's when it all went to hell for them. I'll say around 2019 is when it really went to hell for them.
Yeah, but that's a long time ago. Ever since then, they could have fixed their team around, and they really haven't.
No, they haven't. I know they have to, because they need a lot to get fixed. They need another quarterback, because I know Aaron Rodgers is not the answer.
Well, no, Aaron Rodgers is past his
Yeah.
prime. I mean, everyone knows he's not the Rodgers of what he used to be. I mean,
No.
honestly, Rodgers should be a backup, not a starter now. But that's it. He wants to be everyone because they're looking around the league. There's like shitty quarterbacks all around the league,
Yeah.
except for your main top guys. But they don't have anybody.
No.
They never draft anybody. And then,
well, they did draft Kenny Pickett, but that didn't work out.
no, that didn't work out. They shipped his ass out, and you got no one back there. You got no run game, which is good that you can rely. The only good running back you did have, you didn't want to bring him back.
With Najee Harris. Yeah, it was Najee.
Yeah. Yep, and then you traded for Metcalf, which was great, but yet a top receiver needs another. He's a Batman. You need a Robin.
Yeah, you need a Robin.
But you don't have a Robin.
No.
You don't have anyone. I know they just picked up Adam Thielen, but he's up there. He's like 36.
Yeah, and Adam Thielen got picked off waivers, and I know he wanted to retire.
And here's the stupid thing, too. I hate what the NFL does this, is if you release a veteran before the trade deadline, he's a free agent. You can pick where he was.
Yeah.
After the trade deadline, if he gets released, they got to go through waivers.
I hate that.
That's the stupidest thing because look what's happening right now with Slay.
Yeah.
Buffalo, Slay wants to come back to the Eagles. Everyone knows he wants to come back.
Yeah, he wanted to go back to Philly, but then he got picked by Buffalo, and now he's retiring.
Exactly. He doesn't want to move his team and move his family all the way to Buffalo, especially around this time.
No, and this is the worst time to go to Buffalo because it's very, very cold. Yeah, and now it's.
Which was the funny thing is, guess who the team was behind Buffalo?
Who was that?
The Eagles.
Yeah. Oh.
So if they didn't put a claim in, the Eagles would have got Slay.
Yeah, I would have saw it. Yeah, I think that's what he wanted, and I don't blame him. Like I said, nothing against the city of Buffalo. It's a very nice city, very nice. It's just during this time of the year, it's very, very cold during this time of the year, and winter is coming.
Well, yeah.
And I ain't talking about the AEW special in 2 weeks. AEW Dynamite winter is coming.
Yeah, well, Slay even said, he's like, if the Bills got me when I'm 28, 27, I would go right there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. I love the city, the organization's great. He's like, but I'm like 35. I don't want to pick my family up and go to Buffalo. Everyone's like, oh, well, he's saying he wants to retire. Well, everyone knows this is just a ploy to hopefully the Bills release him.
Yeah, so Philadelphia can go pick him up.
Yeah, because if the Bills release him, then he's a free agent. He can go to where he wants to go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's where he wants to go. His wife loves Philadelphia. He loves Philadelphia. It's like his second home, he said.
Yeah.
And the Eagles could use his help. I know he looked like garbage in Pittsburgh, but him and the Steelers and the Eagles schemes are two different styles.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I would feel more. And we don't have a number 2, so he could fit right in there. Or you could put him in safety, which is another thing that pissed me off with the Eagles, that they got rid of CJ GJ because they didn't like his attitude.
Yeah, because they didn't like his attitude. Yeah, because you told me why they released him was because of his attitude. Well, even he had an attitude, but he was pretty damn good there. And look what he's doing for Chicago right now.
And he backed it up.
Yeah.
So what? He has an attitude. The guy plays good football.
Yeah. Like I said, I like guys like that even though you have an attitude, but if you could play your ass off and you could back up what you're saying, you all good with me.
Exactly.
But
and now they don't have a damn safety.
No.
Because the Kubo got hurt. And now they're struggling. Now they put in Sidney Brown, which sucks. Now they're going with Mike Epps, who sucks. And you still don't even bring in a good veteran like Justin Simmons, for some reason, is still sitting out there, which could help this Eagles team, but yet they don't want to go get him.
No, that's why I'm going okay, I don't know what it is. And I understand why Seth Joyner got pissed the last 2 weeks. I saw that on Saturday. I saw that literally when I had some time to myself. I saw that. I was like, oh, boy, I can see why Seth's pissed. Because I saw your post on Facebook and others too. And I'm like, yeah, this is not going to be good. This is going to get a whole lot worse if they keep losing games like this.
They do.
I'm talking the Eagles. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same way they do.
Yeah.
The way they are. The Eagles have made some good signings, and they made some shitty signings that scratch your head like, seriously? Really? This is what you want to do?
Yeah. All right. Next segment.
Because their defense is all in their backfield besides Cooper and besides Mitchell and Bakuba, but he's a rookie. Their other positions are garbage.
Yeah, it has been.
Dory Jackson gets cut by the Titans and Giants. Why the hell would you pick up a guy that got picked up by two garbage-ass teams?
Yeah, why? I never thought that Dory Jackson was good, to be honest with you. I never thought he was.
Reed Blankenship's overrated. He's only a good special teams guy and a good backup. He ain't a starting safety. I would have traded him before CJ Beaver.
Yeah, I said I know the whole thing with Cooper. Not Cooper Gene. I said the Dory Jackson. I never thought Dory Jackson was good. Not because even though he was with the Smurf, even though he was with them in the Titans, I really never thought he was that good, to be honest with you.
No,
I never did. I never did. So our next set we're going to do is our playoff portion, which is I'll do my best Jim Moore impression. If not, I'll hit the button. Playoffs. I'm just hoping we can win a game. Let me do it better with the button. I'm just hoping all of us can win a game, Jim. But our next segment is the playoff push, which is the teams that are in the playoffs, we'll see how far they'll go, or the teams that are on the bubble, we'll see if they'll make it or not. So we'll start with the first one, New England. How far do you think they'll go?
New England Patriots, I think they could actually get to the I think they could get to the AFC Championship.
Oh, so you're going to say championship. Okay. Let's see. They hold on to that one seed, they would get that bye.
And then they got two to play.
They would have two games to play. That would probably more likely be maybe somewhere, I would say, who was on your bubble. I would say if this stands, like I said, if this all stands here. So let's see. Jacksonville would have to play the Colts. Denver would have to play Buffalo. The Chargers would have to play Baltimore. So I would say more likely who they would get. I'm not going to say Denver. I think they more likely would get either. If Denver and Buffalo had to play Buffalo would have to go into Denver. And I think Denver with the defense would learn. I don't think the Colts Jaguars is a little bit of a toss-up. I would say the Jags in that one. I think they probably would get the Ravens or the Chargers. And I would say they could beat one of them to maybe in a championship they would get Denver. So I'll say a championship. I'll say a championship.
Remember, for New England, they get to one seed. You got to go up there during the winter.
Oh.
And play up there in the frigid cold where it snows a lot, and the Colts don't lose that much.
No, I said they might either get the Colts or the Chargers.
Yeah, so you get a team from the South or the team from the West that got to travel across country and go to New England during the wintertime.
Yeah.
And it's going to be you're going to freeze your nuts off.
Yeah, because I said they could get here's what you don't want to get is Denver or Buffalo because they're used to that.
Yes.
That's what you don't want to get, Denver or Buffalo.
Well, Denver, yeah. That is true.
That's the one thing I would say. If this does stand, I would say more likely they get that bye. They would either get. I'm just going to play what if here. If you get Denver and Buffalo, okay, I think Denver actually would beat Josh Allen. And them. They would just know what to do. Okay, they know last year what they learned from it, and they have a defense this time. I would say they would be able to beat Josh Allen. I would say for the Colts and the Jaguars. I think the Colts would probably pull off maybe somewhat of a win, maybe, because I don't know what Jacksonville I'm going to get. If Jacksonville wins, then they're more likely looking at either Baltimore or Los Angeles. I would say they probably would get Baltimore, and I think they could beat Baltimore. I think they may lose to the Broncos in the championship. So I'll say a championship. Denver, how far do you think they'll go?
Denver will probably go second round.
Oh, so you're saying they're going to be a second round exit?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say Denver.
Lately.
Okay. Well, yeah, because they did squeak by against Washington, which I didn't think. I didn't think that game was going to go to overtime.
No, none of us did.
No, I didn't, and that's when it goes like, yeah. Then when I saw, yeah, they won again. Now I'm going back to denigrating them again. Okay, this is a team you should have dominated.
Yeah, that's what we all thought. We're like, oh, Denver should win this down, and they barely escaped.
Yeah, and they yeah.
Honestly, if you look at the end, Denver should have lost that game. Mariota threw that ball a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Richardson was wide open to walk in for a touchdown.
Yeah,
they would have won.
They would have won, yeah. But like I said, I'll say that at least Denver didn't turn it into a Nationals and a Rockies game, thank God.
Exactly.
That's the one good thing I'm going to give them out of that. But then again, they shouldn't have. Now here we go again, back to me denigrating them again. And now you play the Raiders, which you should dominate. But am I going to go back to denigrating again next week? We don't know. I'll say for Denver, as far as they'll go, if the defense can keep the job how it's going, I will say maybe a Super Bowl, maybe a win in a Super Bowl.
Whoa, Super Bowl.
Maybe.
Yes.
I'm going maybe. I'll say as far as I'll go is maybe as a championship. But maybe, because the defense has been doing good for them. So I'm going to go to that point. Like I said, New England is more of a championship just yet. I'd say Denver is a championship, maybe a Super Bowl. Maybe they may win it all, but because the defense has been doing a good job. Next we got is the Jags. How far do you think they'll go?
Jags, probably first round exit.
First round exit. I can see a first round exit to either. I'm not going to say if it is the Colts, it could be Houston. Depending how far this goes, I will say a first round exit on this. And Tony Khan, if you happen to be listening to this for the tag titles, I will not have an issue if it is either Tony or Mina, but I would really love it to be Harley and Willow, but I don't think it is going to be Harley and Willow come this Wednesday. No, wait, come in 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. Yeah, winter's coming is next Wednesday. It's 2 weeks from now.
Right.
Yeah, so I take that back. So in 2 weeks, I don't mind if it's either. I would not have an issue if it's Tony and Mina, but if I would love for Harley to have a belt. But if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to get pissy about that. Like I said, because last night you got saved so good last night when Mercedes Moné lost that ROH TV title to Red Velvet, which made my night. Thus starts the downward spiral of Mercedes Moné.
Well, you would hope so.
I hope. I said the TBS title goes, that's going to start the downward spiral. I don't care to whom. I'll take it if it's Megan Bayne. Trust me, Megan Bayne beats her for that title. I will love Megan Bayne more than I've loved any other thing in my life.
Well, we'll see what.
I want people out there to know I don't hate Megan Bayne, the person. I think in real life, yeah, she's a nice person. Probably at meet and greet, she's a nice person. Just on TV, I think she's a female Brock Lesnar.
Right.
That's just about it. Number 4, we got the Ravens. How far do you think they'll go?
Ravens, one and done.
I'm actually agreeing with you on that. I think Baltimore would get one and done. I don't think, regardless of who they play, it could be either the Chargers, it could be either whomever. I don't see them going that far. I think they would get one and done. Chargers, how far do you think they're going?
Chargers. I think they can get a first round win.
They'll get a first round win, so they would get one. They would be 2 and done.
Yeah, 2 and done.
I agree with you. I think they'd lose in the divisional. I think they would make it past the first round finally. I think they just won't make it to a divisional. Then we know it's okay. Hey, it's not the same old Chargers. We know there's a lot to get worked on. Colts, how far do you think they'll go?
Probably one and done.
You know, say one and done?
Yeah.
A while back, I would have said if they would have kept winning games perfectly, I would have probably said maybe a championship. But now how they've regressed, I could see a one and done exit. I still see Frank Wright staying. He's not going to get fired. He's going to be staying. But I think he'll know what to work on. Is okay, we had a good hot start, and now we're starting to come back down to earth, which is not good.
Right.
The Bills, how
Yeah,
far? Go ahead.
The Bills?
Yeah.
2 and done.
2 and done? Okay. If Buffalo stays at a 7, I don't. This is just for now. We're saying. I said if they had to play Denver, I think they would have got 1 and done. If this stands right now, but if this all changes, well, one thing is they ain't going to have to worry about the Chiefs if this is all standing pat. Josh Allen doesn't have to worry about Mahomes if this all stands.
Right, yeah. I mean, the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs are not making it. I'm already calling that. If I'm going to say for now, as far as I'll say they'll go is, I'll say maybe 2 and done, maybe losing a championship. But if they finally do get over this hump, I could see maybe a Super Bowl or maybe a win. If they, like I said, if they go on a run here, and I see like, okay, hey, you know what? Hey, they made it past the Broncos. Now they've got to go to New England. If they beat the Patriots, and then whomever that championship is, I could say, yeah, you know what? Maybe this is Josh Allen's time. So we'll wait and see with that. All right. Next, we're going to do is our bubble teams. We'll do the NFC side next. AFC bubble teams. Texans, do they get in or not?
Texans. Yes, I think they get in.
Yeah, I can see them getting in. If the defense can keep playing like the way they're playing, and CJ Stroud can play, go back to what he was his rookie year, I could see this team getting in the playoffs, more likely getting 2 and done possibly, or 1 and done. Pittsburgh, you see them getting in?
No.
I don't either. Let me hit the button.
You hit it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I didn't even hear it.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think probably because the thing connected to my earbuds. That's why.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely it.
That's probably why you couldn't hear it. Next one is, we said Pittsburgh wasn't getting in. Well, we both already knew. We said, so I'll hit it again. It's the Chiefs. And I think both of us said they're not getting in.
Right.
Dolphins.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, Miami.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Sorry, Miami Dolphins.
No, not getting in.
No, even though they're 5 and 7, they would need a lot of help, and I don't see them getting in. If Tyreek Hill was back and he was still healthy, I could say maybe, but I don't see it.
Yeah, they're just already done pretty much.
Yeah. Bengals.
They're in a weak division, but Ravens and Pittsburgh play each other twice, so I'm going to say no.
You're going to say no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Joe Burrow in it.
Yeah, much as I like Joe Burrow, I got to see the bank, because if they take one more loss, it's out. They're done. If they take one more loss, they got Buffalo. They got to play Baltimore one more time. They got to play the Dolphins. They got to play the Cards, and then they got to play Cleveland. I am going to say no, because I think the Ravens might get them for revenge.
Exactly.
I don't know why this is on the list, why they have these two on here. They have the Jets on here.
Seriously?
Seriously, yeah. They're on the bubble, unfortunately.
No.
No, and I'm not, even though I'm drinking a beer right now doing this, no, I'm not that stupid.
No.
And the last one, the Cleveland Browns.
No.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Why would they even put them two on?
I don't know. and trust me, I would do the Mrs. Really impersonation right now and go like, really?
I know, right?
That I would go. Yeah, I don't know why either. Look, I know at 9 you're done, and I know hey, at least they didn't go too far with this, putting the Raiders and the Titans on.
Exactly.
I don't know what they saw there. Okay, now we'll go to the NFC portion. How far do you see the Bears going?
Bears, I want to say 2 and done.
2 and done.
2 and done.
Okay. If this bye stands for them, I don't think it will. Pending who they would get, I may say 1 and done or 2 and done. 1 and done, it depends if they have to. Let's say if this bye stands, I would say 1 and done to whomever. That would be to whom. 2 and done would be if they have to go into a wild card. So I'm going to say 1 and done or 2 and done for the moment. The Rams, who you got? How far you see them going?
I can see the Rams NFC Championship.
Okay. For me, I'm going to say the Rams, I think, could win it all. Even though that loss to the Carolina was a setback, I think they could win it all.
Right.
I could see them possibly win it all. I could see, because right now that's the only team in the NFC I see as a threat. Like I said, if the Bears can do how they do in the playoffs, now if they can get past the first round, or if this by stands and they win the divisional, then I might say a little bit more. I could go toward, you know what? Let's see how the Bears do, and I might address it a little bit differently. Your Eagles.
Oh, man. If that offense can get on track somehow, some way, this way, they could actually go to the Super Bowl.
So you're saying Super Bowl?
Yeah, only if the offense can get on track. Can get on track to get their heads out their ass. Yes.
Okay. I say 2 and done. Barring if they do not have to go to the Rams, they have to go to LA.
I want to backtrack. I said if the offense can do good and act like an NFL offense that we all know they can be, then they'll go to Super Bowl. But if they're playing the way that they're playing now, 1 and done.
So you're going to say 1 and done? Okay. I'll say 2 and done, because if this all stands in a picture, you would play the Packers at home. That would be – I think you could get that a win. It would be a little bit better than the Monday night game. More than likely, you would have to go to L.A.
Well, we play good in L.A.
Yeah, y'all do good in L.A., but I think the Rams would learn from their mistake. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah, this time? Yeah, they wouldn't let up this time.
No, that's why I said that was more of they'd learn from what happened in the previous meeting.
Like I said, the Eagles in L.A. is like a second home.
Yeah, like I said, the Eagles got fans in California. That's not that is their second home. But to me, if they they do play down in Cali, pretty good in Cali. But I just know the Rams would not let up, and they would learn from that mistake. And I know that loss from last year in the divisional is still eating them. And I think that would be their perfect shot at revenge. Now, if the Eagles happen to beat the Rams, okay. I think the Eagles could beat Chicago. I think they would learn from that mistake. And then there is the possibility, they could go to another Super Bowl, pending who the opponent is.
Correct.
I just have to see. I can't say yet they're going to win it all until I see who the possible opponent is.
Well, if it's the Bears, they better be prepared.
I think they'd learn from that game from Black Friday. Like I said, I'll say this on Nick Sirianni. He's not a dumbass. He just hires a bunch of dumbasses. I'll say that.
Yeah, too loyal. I mean, like I said, the track record speaks for itself.
Yeah.
You get outside help, you bring them in, you do good.
Yeah.
You get inside help, you don't do good.
No, that's where I'll say that point. Tampa Bay, how far?
1 and done.
I'm agreeing with you on that. All those injuries.
I'll take that back. 1 and done, or they won't make the playoffs.
Oh, okay. I'm actually going to agree on both. I'm going to go 1 and done if they have to play like a Seattle, and with all those injuries. Yeah, even if you get Mike Evans and Godwin and them back, it's not going to be the same. So I'll agree with on both parts, which is one and done or not making it at all, because Carolina is coming on their heels.
Yeah, Carolina is a Jekyll and Hyde. 1 minute they suck, and then the next minute they look like a strong team.
Yeah.
I don't know it. A perfect example. They get their asses smoked on Monday Night Football, where everyone's watching them,
Mm-hmm.
and then they go home and play the Rams and beat them.
Yeah, and beat them. Yeah.
On a short week, you're like, well, what happened to the team on Monday night?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like night and day. You don't know what, like I said with the Panthers, you don't know what you're getting. Winning team, losing team. Bryce Young, am I getting Cam Newton / Jake Delhomme?
And that's how the season's been with all the NFL teams. You don't have an elite team anymore. Everyone, bottom teams that everyone thought were going to suck are up top, and teams that are the elites, people had at the beginning of the season are in the middle of the pack or at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's been a wacky NFL season this year.
Yeah. Let's see. Seattle, how far?
Seattle, defense, they can go 3, but Sam Darnold's record, we all know that.
Yeah.
It can be 2 and done.
2 and done? I will say 2 and done because the defense has been doing good. I think Darnold can make it past the first round, but the second round is going to be an issue who he would have to take on.
He chokes in the big one.
Though. Yeah, that's what I said. I think he could make it past the first round, but when it comes to the second round, barring if he has to go to either a Chicago or LA. That's or Philadelphia. Yeah, or Philadelphia, because Seattle would be the low seed. If let's say y'all win the division, y'all would be a 3. Seattle would have to go to Chicago. Y'all would have to go to LA.
Well, hey, we all still got 5 games left.
Yeah, as I said, this is not definite yet. This playoff picture is not definite yet.
And even though the Eagles are free falling and looking like garbage, they're still 1 game out of that number 1 seed, unfortunately.
Yeah, because the Eagles are only a game behind the Bears. That's it.
And the Rams.
And the Rams, too. Yeah, they're only behind the Rams and the Bears. Like I said, if tiebreakers have to come into play, y'all would own you would only own 1 tiebreaker, which would be over the Rams.
Right.
The Bears would have to lose 2 straight.
Yes.
That's what you got to pray on is Chicago loses 2 straight games.
Well, Chicago does have a tough schedule the next 3 or 4 weeks because they're playing Green Bay.
Yep.
Twice. They're playing the Lions.
Yep. That's the end of the season. They play the Lions. They play them at the end.
Yeah.
And I think the Bears play. I'm trying to see what the Bears' remaining schedule is. I know it's the Packers this Sunday. They play the Packers this Sunday. They play Cleveland, then the Packers again, then the 49ers, and then Detroit at the end of the season.
Exactly. That's a pretty tough schedule.
That is a tough schedule. Even though, Cleveland doesn't have a good record, but Cleveland has a defense.
Yeah.
So
just no offense.
Yeah, that's just no offense. Like, here's the thing. Packers, that's their bitter rival. Then those two play each other hard all the time.
And Cleveland, they're tougher at home than on the road.
Yeah, Cleveland's tougher at home, but the one saving grace for that game's in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
They'll be able to beat them, but like I said, at least Cleveland does have a defense. So that might be somewhat of a defensive battle between those two, but that's next week when we cross that bridge. Packers, how far you got them going?
I got the Packers 2 and done.
2 and done?
Yeah.
I'm going to agree to disagree. If this stands, they'd have to go to Philadelphia. I think they'd lose to Philly. But if the matchup changes, I could say 2 and done.
Well, I think depending on the seeding, if they have to go to Philly or LA, they would lose those games, I believe.
That's what I said. If they have to go to Philly, 1 and done. If they have to go to LA, that's 1 and done. But if they, let's say, God forbid, they win their division, I don't know where they would be placed because of that tie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or if they had to go to Seattle,
Yeah.
that's always a tough place to play.
Well, no, Seattle would have to come to them.
No, if the Bears win the division.
No, I'm talking if the Packers happen to win the division.
Oh, yeah, I was saying if the Packers didn't win the division.
Yeah, if the Packers win, Seattle would have to come to Green Bay. The Bears right now are at a bye right now for the moment.
Yeah, that's another thing. I hate how they have a bye this week in the season. You got 4 teams. Why the hell are you giving them a week 14 bye?
I know the Patriots got a bye, and y'all got that was not right. No, that wasn't right. How y'all didn't get a bye?
What do you mean?
No, you guys didn't get a bye because y'all played Friday.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Y'all didn't get one. I'm just saying it's like okay, at least with Dallas, like with Thanksgiving, okay, yeah, they get like that little second bye barn if they don't play on Thursday night.
Right.
But y'all didn't get a you guys didn't get a bye here.
Right now.
Yeah.
Like how the Niners are off this week 14, the Panthers are off, the Patriots are off, and someone else is off. I forget.
I know the Panthers are on a bye, the Patriots are on a bye. I'm trying to see who else is on a bye. The Smurfs are on a bye, like that really matters. Yeah, that's just about it. Who's on a bye? The Patriots, the Smurfs, and the Panthers.
Yeah. It's like this week in this late in the season, you're giving teams bye.
I think
should be all.
Yeah, and usually I know during this time they stop that, but because of the whole 18 weeks, that's probably why.
Yeah,
and then going to overseas also does it too. So next one is the 49ers. How far you got them going?
49ers. Oh, that's a big question. One and done.
One and done? Let me see.
Yeah.
I'd say one and done, yeah. I'll go one and done. I know that they're trying to make that push, and I know Purdy just came back. Chris McCaffrey's having a good year, but I think they would get one and done. All right, now are on the bubble teams for the NFC. Lions, they getting in.
Yeah, Lions get in.
Okay. I see Detroit getting in. I think they probably like I said, I'm not a believer in the Bears still. I think there's the possibility. I think the Bears might still fuck it up. I think the Lions would probably get in as a 2. And I would say they would play the Niners. They would get a win there. Then they would have to go to LA. I think 2 and done if they did get in. Okay. Carolina, how far? I'm going to ask this, Carolina, do you see them getting in the playoffs?
Believe it or not, yeah, I think they're going to win their division.
Okay.
Like I said, the Bucs are free falling, and the Panthers are actually playing pretty good. I mean, if they can play like that throughout the remaining 5 weeks here,
yeah,
they'll win their division.
Okay.
I think they'll be one and done now.
I think they'll get one and done by Seattle. I think that too.
The Panthers are a better home team than a away team.
Yeah, so if they get in, they would be a 4. They possibly would have to play the Seahawks at home.
Yeah, and they'll probably lose.
I think they would lose to Seattle. So I'll say they get in, get one and done. My team, Cowboys, we're on the bubble.
I don't see getting it.
I don't. Like I said, even if we went out, I just don't see Philadelphia pulling a collapse. I just don't see it. So let me hit that button. Sorry, Cowboy fans.
I mean, you guys,
That's the only thing that would help us. You guys would have to have a collapse, but I don't see it.
Exactly.
I just don't see. Like I said, I can see the Eagles losing 2 games. I just can't see. I can't see the Raiders pulling off a fuck you game. And yeah, I know everybody wants to say, "Oh, Pete Carroll owns the Eagles." Well, that's a different story when he was with Seattle. but I'm sorry, I can't see the Raiders pulling that off. I can't see Washington pulling those off. I more likely see the two losses as either the Chargers or the Bills. Those are the only two that I can see them losing to. I just really don't see Washington or the Raiders pulling that off. I just don't see it.
Right.
Atlanta.
No.
I don't either. No, I don't. I think Raheem Morris gets fired too this year.
I won't go that far, but I just don't see them making it. Kirk Cousins is quarterback. They look horrible when he's in there.
Yeah, then Drake London's out.
Yeah, they got no receivers. B.J. Robinson's pretty much their only offensive threat.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts here and there, but
Kyle Pitts hasn't done as much, and I wait for the day his contract expired when he wants to go to another team.
Right.
Yeah, but I just say Raheem Morris gets fired is because I know year one wasn't as good, year two what this is just even worse. I'm just saying I never thought Raheem Morris was a good coach to begin with, period. But I think this would be the start of either he does get fired this year or next year he's getting fired. Because I do have him on the hot seat of coaches.
Right.
Minnesota.
No.
I don't either. No.
They are done.
Oh, yeah.
They ought to be looking for a quarterback. They don't have to get J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, they're done. And the last one, I don't even know why this is here. And we both know the obvious answer to this one. The Commanders.
Done.
Oh, yeah. We say no more. We had to say that. Say no more.
I think in their even though they're done, in their mind, they think they could probably still have a shot to win the NFC East. That's why they're probably starting.
No.
Well, hey, it's the only reason I can see them starting them.
I see it too, but I just don't see it. It's enough to think that they're going to win the division. I think they're done. I'll say they may get a win, but it's not going to be enough. I think they're done. I say, okay, good luck for next year. That's about it. I'm not saying Dan Quinn is on the hot seat. No, I just think this was just a setback this year. Nobody could have anticipated Jaden Daniels getting injured.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's surprising that he's actually going to play this week. The way that gruesome injury looked with his elbow.
Yeah, I'm shocked too because I would have been like, you know what? Hey, season's over. Let's just prepare. We're already on the clock. Jaden, you just wait till next year. But hey, he wants to put his career on the line like that. That's on him. So before we make our picks, anybody that thinks we should look out for that should have a good game in fantasy?
Yeah, there's a few guys this week. Let's see here. Let me go back to the games that I just said. I like Derrick Henry this week against Pittsburgh. Okay. I like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase against the Bills. Mm-hmm. I like Josh Allen and James Cook against Cincinnati. I like Seattle's defense against Atlanta. Stay away. Stay away. I like Baker Mayfield against the Saints. Okay. Bucky Irvin as well.
Okay.
Chris Olave. Devin Achane against the Jets.
Okay.
Waddle against the Jets. All Denver offense against the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
I like Josh Jacobs against the Bears. I like Swift against the Packers.
Okay.
And all Rams against Arizona.
Okay.
And Trey McBride and Jacob Brissett against the Rams.
Okay.
Which Brissett's been doing pretty damn good.
Yeah, well, Brissett's going to be in there now permanently because Kyler Murray is done for the season, so he'll be getting his Call of Duty time in right now mostly. So he's done. So I don't know what's going to happen with Rich Gannon. So I don't know. I did have Rich Gannon on my head firing of coaches. Now, due to the fact that Kyler did get injured, I don't know if he's going to be fired or not.
Gannon?
Yeah.
He hasn't done crap in Arizona.
That's what I said. I did have him on the head. I did have him on my hot seat of coach. I said, first year I understand because Kyler was out with the ACL injury that he got a pass. Second year you did have Kyler, and this year you had Kyler too. So that's why I said I think more likely I wouldn't be shocked he's getting fired.
Exactly.
I'm not going to be shocked he doesn't get fired this year. All right, so
and I wouldn't be surprised if Arizona gets rid of Kyle Murray next year.
I wouldn't be shocked either. What have you done with Kyler lately? I said the farthest Kyler has got you to is one playoff game, and that was a loss. And since then, they have not made the playoffs since then.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I would say I wouldn't be shocked if Arizona decides to cut their losses.
Yeah, because, I mean, he has a foot. I mean, how bad's the foot was it? It was a sprain. Right?
Yeah, it was a sprain.
Or anything like that.
Yeah.
And this was like the longest sprain I ever even heard of.
Yeah. All right, let's begin. So we got our first game. We have the Saints and the Bucks. Who you got?
Saints and Bucks. I'm going to go with the Bucks here just for the fact that the Saints are already on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
They really don't have an offense. I don't think Carmier's playing this weekend again, even though he hasn't done nothing.
No.
And their only good offensive player is Chris Olave. The Bucks need this win. I think Baker Mayfield will have a good game. Bucky Irvin.
Mm-hmm.
And the defense will pretty much do pretty good this week. So I take the Bucks at home.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bucks too, because like you said, New Orleans is already on the clock. Alvin Kamara is not playing. I just saw you're going to get Bucky Irvin, Rice. You'll have Tez Johnson. I'll say Sterling Shepard, and I don't know if Godwin's going to play. I can see that defense getting to either Shaw or Spencer Rattler, one of the two. I don't know whom it is, but I got Tampa winning this one. They have the Bucks as 8.5 favorites. You're taking those points.
Yeah, Tampa will cover.
Yeah, I see Tampa covering at 8.5. Over or under 41.
I'm going to go over 41.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over in this one too. I can see Tampa putting that up on their own. Next one we got is the Seattle Seahawks and the Falcons. Who you got?
Seahawks and Falcons. I'm taking Seattle. That defense is nasty.
Oh, yeah.
They get to you, and they're like a pack of wolves.
Mm-hmm.
They just hound you, surround you, and then carry you from limb to limb.
Yeah.
And they're playing in a dome. And I think, what's his name? Smith.
Yeah, Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, he'll have a big game.
Yeah.
Walker will have a good game there.
Mm-hmm.
And without Drake London not playing, and you got Kirk Cousins back there.
Yeah.
I like Seattle here.
I'm going to go Seattle as well, too. They actually do very good at 1 o'clock games out there. Last year, they kept showing that stat when last year I was in a casino every 5 minutes when Atlanta played Seattle last year, which was Seattle is blah, blah, blah in 1 o'clock games. And in this one is a 1 o'clock game. I'm going to take Seattle with Darnold going to Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker. Smith and Jigba has been doing very, very good with the 100-yard games. I'm going to say he's going to have a monster game. And I can see DeMarcus Lawrence getting to Kirk Cousins. So I am going to take the Seahawks here. They have the Seahawks at 6. Huh?
He's doing good for that.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, like I said, DeMarcus Lawrence was good with us, but when he got the money, you know what happened after that.
Yeah, well, he got the money out there, and he's playing really good.
Yeah,
I think he has a 3 touchdowns this year.
Yeah, he's been doing good down in Seattle. I'm not hating on D-Law. So I'll take Seattle with this one. They got the Seahawks at 6.5 favorites. You're taking those points.
Yeah, Seattle covers.
Yeah, I got Seattle covering that. Over or under 44?
I'm going to go over 44.
Yeah, I'll take an over in that one too. Next one we have is the Bengals and the Bills. Who you got?
Bengals and Bills. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Cincinnati.
Okay.
Joe Burrow's back. They had 10 days to prepare for this game. Chase has got his quarterback. The Bengals are totally different with Joe Burrow back there.
Yeah.
And their defense really has been putting up good fights. I mean, saw what they did to Baltimore.
Oh, yeah, they put up a good fight against Baltimore.
The Bills just ain't the same. Like, they're not as strong as everyone thinks they are. So I'm going with Cincy with the upset here.
You know what? I'm going to agree with you on this. I am going to go with the Bengals in an upset here because Burrow did do good against the Ravens, and they had 10 days to prepare for this. So I could see him having a good game with Jamar Chase. I don't know if T. Higgins is going to be available for this one or not. Let me check.
He is.
Okay, so they're going to have T. Higgins. So they'll have that back, him and Yoshavash. And I could see the defense try to get to Josh Allen. So I am actually going to take the Bengals in an upset here. I'm not saying the Bengals are going to run the table, but they'll get some wins here, but it's not going to be enough to get a playoff push. So I say the Bengals pull off the upset here in Buffalo. They have the Bengals at 6
points. The only reason I say that the Bengals want to win the division, if they get, like you said, some wins here, as I agree.
Yeah.
Is because the Steelers and the Ravens face each other twice.
Yeah. Because the Steelers got to face the Ravens again at the end of the season. And then after that, the Bengals got to face the Ravens one more time to get the sweep. Now, if the Bengals happen to sweep them, then there's the possibility you could get your division. Because the Bengals literally have to win out in order to get it. They have to win out.
Yeah.
Even if you have a bad record right now, even with the bad record, you could still get in. I think hence why Cleveland was still in the contention.
Yeah, I mean, this is the time that the Bengals usually run the table.
Yeah.
They always love to start out around this time going undefeated.
Yeah, because even though in the beginning they were starting off fast, but Joe Burrow got injured, messed it all up.
Right.
So that's the thing. And right now, Joe Burrow's back. Yes, they got the win over Baltimore, which was needed. And yes, Joe Burrow does play very, very good against the good teams like Buffalo. And this is the win that he needs because if they go to take this loss, I don't know if it would eliminate them because that division is so weak and so bad. You still got a chance to get your division even with a bad record.
You are correct.
They still do have a chance. So I am still going to take the Bengals here in this one. They have the Bengals as 6-point underdogs. Are you taking those points?
Yeah, I'll take Cincy with the 6.
Yeah, I'll take Cincy with the 6 as well too. Over or under 52?
Over.
Yeah, I'm taking an over. I wouldn't be shocked if this game goes to an OT. I would not be shocked.
Same here.
The next one we have is the Colts and the Jags. Who you got?
Colts and Jags. I got to go with the team that's been doing pretty good lately. I got to go with the Jaguars here.
Okay.
Their defense is doing pretty good. Their run game's doing awesome. And Trevor Lawrence actually has been playing good the past 3 weeks.
Yeah, he has. He has been playing pretty good.
And I think Brian Thomas will be back for this game.
Who?
Thomas.
Oh, Brian Thomas. Okay, I couldn't hear you. You were breaking up a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Yeah, you just broke up.
Brian Thomas, I believe, will be back for this game.
Let's see.
So I'll actually have Myers and Thomas for the first time this year.
Yeah, let's see. Let me see. I haven't heard anything, so they haven't said yet. So he might just be a game time decision. But
okay, and they're playing in Jacksonville.
Yeah, this is in Jacksonville. I'm going to take the Jags in this one too. Jacksonville has been playing very good football, surprisingly, ever since getting Jacoby Myers. And how the Colts have played, the Colts have regressed. And in this instance, I could see the Jags getting this win here and holding on to first for the moment. I could see Trevor having a good game. If Brian Thomas does play, I could say him and Jacoby Myers. And I can see Foye Oluokun getting to Daniel Jones. They have the Jags as 1.5 underdogs. Are you taking those points?
Yes, I am.
Same here. Over under 46.
I'm going to go over 46.
Yeah, I'm going to take an over too. Next one we have is the divisional battle here for first place is between the Steelers and the Ravens. Who you got?
Oh, boy. Steelers and Ravens. Give me Baltimore at home.
Okay.
I mean, Lamar hasn't looked like himself lately.
No.
Pittsburgh looks horrible too. I think it's going to be a Derrick Henry run game.
I'd see it that way too.
Yeah, I'll just take Baltimore because they're at home.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Ravens as well too. Whomever is the quarterback for Pittsburgh, if it's Mason Rudolph or if it's Aaron Rodgers, pending who it is, I'd see Baltimore getting a win here with Lamar, more likely with Derrick Henry. Lamar has not looked the same. The whole Baltimore team has not looked the same. Yeah, I know Mark Andrews did get an extension, but I see more of this being more Derrick Henry getting the win here for them. I'm going to take the Ravens here. They have the Ravens at 6-point favorites. You taking those points?
I'll take Pittsburgh with the 6.
I'm actually in too. Because this is going to be a dogfight between these two, and most of the time they play each other close. And I could see Pittsburgh covering that 6. So I'm going to take Pittsburgh covers the 6. Over or under 42?
I'm going to go under.
You know what? I was going to say over, but even with Aaron Rodgers, right now both ain't been doing good. Neither team has. I'm going to take it under too. Neither. I'm going to go under in this one. Next we have is the Dolphins and the Jets. Who you got?
Dolphins and Jets. Dolphins have been playing good lately, but so have the Jets. You know what? I want to take the Jets.
Okay.
I want to take the Jets at home. They look better with Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
Their defense, which is shocking, has actually been doing pretty good the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, it has been since the Quentin Williams trade, yeah.
And no-name guys are stepping up for the Jets that you don't even hear of, like Mitchie and who they get, Aiden Miller.
Yeah, something like that. That's what that guy's name is.
Yeah, that was part of that trade. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with the Jets here.
I'm going to go Miami in this one. I could see H having a good game here. Waddle and Darren Waller having a good game here too. And I could see Minka getting to Tyrod Taylor. So I'm going to take the Dolphins in this one. Since you are taking the Jets, they have the Jets as 2.5 underdogs.
Yeah, I'm taking the points.
Okay. I'll take the Dolphins covered at 2.5. Over under 41.
Over 41.
Yeah, I'm going to take an over too. Well, we get into some 2 bad games of football for our first ever lifetime doubleheader games. We have the Titans and the Browns.
The Titans and Browns? Oh, my.
You understood why I said lifetime Nickelodeon Hallmark. We haven't said it in a while.
Isn't Days of Our Lives on around this time?
Nah, that's usually on the weekdays.
Oh, damn.
And my mom knows because she watches a lot of stuff. She watches that in GH.
Well, I guess I got to go back to holiday cooking bake-off contests.
Hey, if you got Prime, they got Baywatch. If you got Amazon Prime, you got Baywatch.
There you go. I do got Prime.
There you go.
And even on Tubi, they got the 24-hour channel. Baywatch.
Yeah. Yes.
But yes, I'm going to take Cleveland here at home. Their defense is good, and Tennessee's look like garbage.
Ugh. I think Tennessee's only gotten like 1 win this year, I think, or 2.
They're already on the clock.
Yeah.
I believe they right now have the first pick in the draft.
Yeah, they do because they've only had 1 win. Tennessee has only won 1, and that was that bad game in Arizona.
Exactly.
That's about it. And
it's between them and the Raiders. The Raiders got 2 wins, which is shocking.
Yeah.
I guess the other didn't show up.
Yeah, because the Raiders got 2 wins and the Titans only have the 1. Yeah, the Raiders' 1 win was to Wolf Patriots, which he hates that.
Right, yeah.
Because he was at that game. He knows he was at that game.
I think that was a shocker.
That was a shocker, and trust me, and he lost a bet that was pretty bad. He has to wear literally an Eli Manning jersey all throughout the whole season.
Yeah. It is surprising. You look at the teams now.
Yeah.
And New England is number one, but their loss was against the Raiders.
Yeah, that was week 1, and since then, New England has looked back on that. They've been look where we're at with the Patriots.
Exactly. So you gotta give the Raiders some credit. At least they did beat a top team.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, I'll give the Raiders that. Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, that game. Yeah, definitely take Cleveland at home. I'm going with their defense here.
Okay. So let me see who I'm going to take in this one here.
Did you say what the spread was?
Oh, sorry. No, I didn't even pick who yet. I didn't even pick who I was going to go with yet.
Oh, okay. Okay, my bad.
You're good, man. So, bad as this game is going to be, that's why I said thank God for Prime. Thank God for maybe some Netflix movies. Nah, I'll be watching Collision tonight.
For the holidays, man. It's Christmas.
Yeah, I said, well, I'm already going to be watching Collision tonight when we get done while I'm editing this anyway. So I already know that this is not a tape collision. So, yeah, I'll take Cleveland.
Kevin McAllister would do in The Purge.
What'd you say?
I said Kevin McAllister would do in The Purge.
Oh, yeah. So I will take I'm going to take the Browns in this one. They get the win here with the defense with Myles Garrett. Shador will have like an okay game. I'm not going to say, yeah, even though it is the Titans, but I'll take the Raiders in this one. I mean, not the Raiders. Sorry, I'll take the Browns in this one. I'll take the Browns in this one. They have the Browns as 4.5 favorites. You taking those points?
Yeah, I'm taking the point.
Yeah, I'll take points with that too. Over or under 33.
I'm going to say under 33.
Yeah, I'm taking it under because I really don't think this is going to be that good of a game.
The game of field goals.
Well, next week, the next one I don't think will be a game of field goal. Maybe low scoring, and I think is another bad game, which I say for put on Lifetime, Amazon Prime to watch Baywatch or movies or whatever. If anybody missed any AEW shows, Commanders Vikings.
I watch Terrifier 3, where he kills and destroys Santa.
Yeah, that too. Next one is Commanders Vikings.
Commanders Vikings. I'm gonna go with Washington here.
Okay.
They're playing in a dome.
Mm-hmm.
They looked pretty good against Denver last week.
Yeah, they did with Marcus Mariota, shockingly.
Yeah, they should have won that game.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe Minnesota. They're looking for their next quarterback.
Yeah.
And I do think Addison and Justin Jefferson will have a better game here.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, they should.
Exactly.
They should. I'll take the Commanders in this one too. Yeah, even though it is in Minnesota, but Minnesota does not have a quarterback. Even with Addison and Justin Jefferson, it's just not enough. I see Washington getting this win here, more defensive wise here. Because even if Jaden does come back, there's going to be a lot of rust, and I could probably see this more being a Zach Ertz kind of game here. So I'll take the Commanders here. They have the Commanders as 1.5 favorites. You taking the points?
Yeah, I'm taking the points.
Okay.
Commanders.
Yeah, I'll take Washington with the 1.5. Over or under 43.
I'm gonna go over 43.
I actually will take an over in this. This isn't actually going to be that bad. At least some points will get put up. This isn't going to be like Tennessee and Cleveland, but some points will be put up. So I'll take an over. All right, next game we go into our 4 o'clocks. We have the Broncos and the Raiders.
Oh, this is easy. I'm gonna go with Denver.
Same here. Yeah.
The Raiders, they're on the clock as well.
Yep.
And they look like garbage.
Oh yeah, the Raiders are already on the clock. The only player they got good is Max Crosby. That's about it. Denver, please do not turn this into Thursday Night Football all over again and make this Rockies against the A's Part 2 or even a Golden Knights versus Colorado Avalanche game Part 2. Please don't dominate this team. Because if you don't dominate this one, then I'm going to be taking back what I said. Because, look, I just put you on a whim here saying, hey, you might win it all. Don't make me look like an idiot here. So I'm going to take the Broncos here. I can see R.J. Harvey having a good game, Troy Franklin, Sutton, and I can see McMillan getting to Geno Smith. They have the Broncos as 7.5 favorites. You're taking those points.
Yeah, I'm taking the 7 with the Broncos.
Okay. I'll take the Broncos with that 7 too. Over or under 40 points?
I'm going to say over 40.
Yeah, I'll take an over in that one as well too. Next one we have is the Rams and the Cardinals. Who you got?
Rams and Cardinals. I got to go with the Rams here.
Okay.
I think they bounce back after that loss.
Oh, yeah, they do. I'm taking the Rams here. They bounce back after getting that embarrassing loss to Carolina. I can see Kyron Williams having a good game. I can also see Blake Corum also having a good game too because they used him a lot more than Kyron. Same with Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. I can see that defense getting to Jacoby Brissett with Verse getting a sack here or there. So I'm going to take the Rams. They have the Rams as 10
I will say the Cardinals will put up a little bit of a fight.
Oh, yeah, the Cardinals will put up a fight because this is a divisional battle. I'm not saying the Cardinals are going to get the division, but it's a divisional battle, and it's a divisional opponent, so they will put up a fight. So,
they sure will. And Brissett's been playing pretty damn good.
Yeah, Jacoby has been playing good football. So with that,
even though they got no Marvin Harrison again this week.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
Or no run game.
Yeah, they don't. So yeah, I'm still going to take the Rams here. So they have the Rams as 10-point favorites. You taking those points?
What's the points?
10.
Oh boy, double digit.
Yeah.
They're in Arizona, right?
That is correct.
I will take the 10 points with the Cardinals.
You know what? I'm actually going to agree with you on that because that's way too high of a spread, and Arizona can put up a fight. I am going to take Arizona covers that 10 points. Over or under 47?
I want to go over 47.
Yeah, I'm going to take an over in that too because they'll put up a fight. It's just not enough for the Rams to cover 10 points. So I'm going to take an over in that one as well. Next we have is America's Game of the Week on Fox, the Bears and the Packers.
The Bears and the Packers. I want to take the Packers here at home.
Okay.
Their defense is good. I think they're going to run around with Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
It's going to be a close game, though. Don't get me wrong. It can go either way.
Yeah, I think it will be close, yeah.
And the Bears are coming off that big emotional win against the Eagles.
Yeah.
And, the Packers will be ready because they know they need this game.
Yeah.
Because if the Bears win, the Packers ain't winning the division.
No. I'm going to take the Packers as well, too, here. I think this is where the Bears come back down to earth. And I could see Josh Jacobs having a good game here. The defense has been playing very, very well. Micah's been doing good, and I could see – shockingly, Micah did show up in a big game. He did very good against Detroit. He did show up. So I think he would show up again against the Bears here. So I will take the Packers in this one here. They have the Packers as 7-point favorites. You taking those points?
Yeah, I'm taking the Bears with the 7.
Oh, so you're saying the Bears cover the underdog points?
Yes.
Okay. You know what? I was thinking Green Bay at first, but I know how this is. This is a key divisional battle for first place. I could see the Bears cover that 7. So I'm going to take the Bears cover that 7. Over or under 43?
What was that, 43?
Yeah, 43 is the points, yes.
I'm going to go under.
Under? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to take an over in this one. I just see is the running game has been doing good for the Bears. Josh Jacobs has been doing good. And I could see this somewhat be a shootout between these two. So I'm going to take an over. Next one we have is the Sunday night game, the Texans and the Chiefs. Who you got?
Texans and Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take Kansas City here with the win because they're playing in Kansas City.
Okay.
I think Kansas City needs this win desperately.
Yeah, they do. They do.
If they lose, they're done.
Yeah.
Big time. So, and they're in the tough division right now with the Broncos and Chargers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I want to take the Chiefs here.
Okay.
It's going to be a close game, like always, Chiefs, but I say the Chiefs find a way to win in KC.
Okay. I'm going to go on an upset here. I'm going with the Texans in an upset. It's just with this game here, it's just reminding me of Houston and Buffalo. And I could see the defense using that. Houston used the same formula how they beat the Bills, containing Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, Mahomes can run and everything, but I'm just flashing back to Texans Bills, how they contain Josh Allen. And I think in this instance right here, I think that defense is going to contain Patrick Mahomes. So I'm going to take the Texans in an upset here. Since you are taking the Chiefs, they have the Chiefs as 3.5 favorites. You're taking those points.
Yeah, taking the upset.
Okay. So you're saying the Texans are covered at 3.5.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take the Texans cover the 3.5 also. Over or under 41 points?
I'm going to say over.
Yeah, I'm going to take an over in this one as well, too. Next we have is the final game, the Monday night main event game, the Eagles and the Chargers.
Eagles and Chargers, Monday night. I'm going to go with the Eagles due to the fact with everything that's been going on and this game. And Herbert is questionable because he had surgery on his hand. I say the Eagles, and they're probably pissed and angry that their coach had his house egged.
Yeah.
And they probably feel responsible for that. And I think they're going to come out and actually look like a good team for this year.
Okay.
So I see the Chargers. It's going to be a close game.
Yeah.
I say these will pull it out.
Okay.
Because I still don't know what's going on with Herbert right now.
Yeah, Herbert right now is questionable from what I've heard. I think I got the feeling he might play that game. I'm going to go in an upset here. I'm going to Chargers here just because of what I've seen out of Philadelphia the last 2 weeks playing-wise has not been good. I still think I think it's going to be very, very close. But I just see maybe the Chargers win this by a field goal. I'll go by that point. I'm just going to say how the Chargers win. I say by a field goal. So,
our kicker sucks.
What'd you say?
Our kicker sucks. I would have kept Dickerson over Elliott.
Oh, yeah, but I just think it is. I think it's going to be the Eagles are going to be in a dogfight here. I just say just not enough to get a win. I think that this could be decided by a game-winning field goal by the Chargers. That's how.
And the Eagles having no Carter doesn't help them either.
Yeah, I said you guys have no Carter, and just the last 2 weeks how you guys have played. That's what I'm going based off on here overall at the last 2 weeks. So that's why that is my reason why I'm picking the Chargers in this one. Now, even if it is Trey Lance, I still think an upset would occur. I'm not saying Trey Lance is going to light it up against y'all. I think it would still be a dogfight close, but I still think it would be decided by a field goal. So I'm going to take the Chargers. Since you are picking Philadelphia, they have the Eagles as 2.5 favorites.
Yeah, Eagles covered the 2.
I'll take the Chargers covered at 2.5. Over or under 42?
I'm going to say over 42.
Yeah, same here. I'm going to take an over as well. So before we end, what games should we look forward to?
The games we should look forward to tomorrow is the Colts and the Jaguars.
Okay.
The Bengals and Bills. The Bears and Packers.
Okay.
The Texans and Chiefs.
Okay.
I guess if you want to, the Steelers and Ravens.
I really am not looking forward to that, to be honest with you. As many times I used to look forward to Steelers-Ravens, it's always been a good matchup and a good rivalry. But just right now, how it is right now, I'm really not looking forward to that game, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and of course, Eagles and Chargers.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. That's going to be a good game. It's just normally in the past, when you see Steelers Ravens, it's like, oh yeah, you know this is going to be a good game. You know it's going to be hard mouth, smash mouth football. But just right now, how both are, I'm really not excited about that game.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel you on that. I see where you're coming from.
I'm just not. I like I said, when I saw it down the road, I was like, when I saw the schedule, I was like, oh yeah, you know that's going to be a good game. But now you look at it, it's like, I'll watch. Like I said, I'm going to watch. I'm going to be flipping through football. I'll watch it. It's not like I'm saying, hey, that's like a lifetime game or anything like that. It's just right now, it's just like, whatever.
Exactly.
That's basically what it is. The games I'm looking forward to are Bengals and Bills. That's going to be a good game. Can Joe Burrow pull off the win here and get the upset? Colts, Jags. Can Trevor Lawrence keep how this is going with this little run he's on right now? What else? I'll say the Bears and the Packers. That's going to be a very good game. Texans, Chiefs. Will the Texans be able to pull the upset off? Because if they do, the Chiefs are literally done. And then your game on Monday night, which is going to be a good one. So before we end and I bid adieu, it's just been enough time for talk. It's time for kickoff. I'm Dave Walker with Joe Law, and we'll see you on the field. Good night, everybody.
Good day, good sport.
See you around, Joe. I'll talk to you tomorrow, man.
All right, have a good one, Walker. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Later, bud.
All right, later.
Later.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, because it was a family.